love you.
Before we begin, let's open up the records for review. C8 Eta Squad had arrived back at Dekrivos with an injured Lydia and Rock in tow. It took, all of Morphid's skill to save the life of the Elder Medvedev.
You're welcome.
But the squad was eventually reunited, with all members surviving. Though, worse for wear. In response to Lydia's detailed reports, Kivos Leopold gathered the squad together to debrief on the intel and assigned them a mission following basic training. Who were these Edivardans? What was their goal? It seems Falstaff believes the answers lie in the city of Prakstrania. Of course I have copies, Victor Olin says, through a slight chuckle. Thomas Leopold's office is lit only by the firelight in the late hour, but Leopold can still see Olin's smile. A smile that never reaches his eyes. As much as I hate to admit it, this research was not my own. I will send for replacements. The research wing should be able to send it here in a week's time, Olin says, still through his smile. He takes a sip of the drink in his hand, lost in thought. What exactly did we lose, Victor? Leopold asks, as he sits near the fire. Tap. 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 Leopold blinks with each tap of the pen. Thomas, that question is above your station.
Yes. I don't understand.
Best to be careful. Silence falls between them. If I knew, I could help find the Vice Secretary is aware. Your enthusiasm is appreciated, but the matter is already sorted. Olin takes another sip of his drink. I've heard you are sending my best assistant away from Dekrivos. Care to explain why?
Yeah, right.
I think it's me. Maybe.
I can't play favorites, Victor. Squad Eta was unfortunate enough to stumble into a matter he wished to keep close to the chest, Leopold explains. And the boy? Olin asks, his eyes narrowing just a little as the smile remains on his lips. That cursed smile. He's in Squad Eta. He'll be joining them, of course. Oh. Such a pity. I know you wanted to coddle him. Maybe that's still your goal. Not on the front lines. At least not yet. Dr. Marks. He's a good medic, Victor. Or he will be. He needs to learn under skill bone. If you want another good assistant, he'll need time. That means he can't die yet, Leopold says, as he begins to pace in front of the fireplace. Olin's eyes follow him back and forth as he says, what use is skill if he doesn't believe in the cause, Thomas? I can smell the Adelian on him. He'll just refuse, and you'll be forced to deal with him. If we win this coming war, the boy's spirit will be broken. Then he'll be useful, Leopold replies. stopping his pacing for the briefest of moments before continuing. Oh, you think we'll win, do you? Olin asks, his eyebrows raised. I'd like to slap that smile off your face, the Major thinks, before replying, Do you not? Dear me, no, Olin chuckles. We have the technology, but they have the willpower. No, why am I hearing myself twice?
It's so quiet.
No, Thomas. This war will not be won on the battlefield. Leopold stops pacing, his face betraying his confusion as he looks at the doctor.
Sorry.
Oh, come now, Thomas. This was never the goal. We don't need to win a war. It is much easier to have them defeat themselves. I don't understand. Leopold stutters. Their ideals. Their freedoms. Not every Adelian agrees with it. Just need a little push. Religion is the #1 reason for war. Science and reason aren't compatible with the belief in the Almighty. The scriptures are no longer relevant. Nay, they are evil. Who can be the arbiter of truth? Do what thou wilt. And then they divide, and we conquer. So, what? We just wait? Thomas asks, clearly disturbed. No, of course not. Already the seeds of Falstaff are being sown throughout the West. In the meantime, we preach progress. Those disillusioned with the faith of their fathers will see us as a beacon on a hill. An altar with a new faith. We will become like God, Olin says, for the greater good. A shiver runs down Leopold's spine, but he keeps his composure. Right. I share any intel I hear from Eta Squad. Your assistance should return to Dekrivos by late April. May at the latest. We shall see. Now, I have another surgery scheduled in an hour's time, so I will refrain from another drink, Olin says while rising from the chair near the fireplace. For your sake, Thomas, you never asked me what was in that research. For the greater good. For the... Yes. Thanks for joining us for episode 8 of Welcome to the Table.
It should be back.
Oi,
Welcome back.
to the table.
March 2nd, 617 AC.
Oh boy,
We're already in
that's
March.
some time has
March?
passed. Wait,
March 2nd.
Wait, weren't we just in January?
no, February.
No, February. Oh my gosh. It's been a month.
A troop transport bounces along the road in the direction of Prakstrania. The entirety of CA is swaying back and forth on the bus. Each member is in their full Falstaff uniform. Not unlike the day you arrived at Dekrivos, the rain batters the windshield of the transport. In place of the no-nonsense soldier who watched you on the way to the base, a no-nonsense Kislov catches everyone's eyes periodically on the trip. Gives a nod to Rock. Thanks for the wink. Who recovered well, despite his injuries.
Trooper. Thank you.
You all know the plan. All of C8 will be finishing up their training on patrol, so as not to arouse suspicion. You'll miss the transport that sends the rest of C8 to their various duties on and throughout the front lines.
I can't with you guys. I think me and Shay should have been siblings.
Duties.
Next campaign.
Duty.
Perform.
If Rock dies, I'll come back as Morbid's estranged brother.
I do have like 3 brothers.
Kislav speaks. When we arrive at Prakstrania, you will be shown to your lodgings in the guardhouse. For the next 2 weeks, you will be assigned various sectors of the city for patrol. When you are not on your shifts, we will be continuing our regular training in the guardhouse yard. Your weapon will always be by your side. Do I make myself clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you're all sitting here in the transport, kind of, in the various seats on this bus. What are we thinking? What are we doing?
Well, the last few weeks, couple of weeks, Morbid has been particularly tough on Oliver with his lessons, and on top of basic training and specialty training, he is with us. He's with me as much like anytime I'm heading to the med bay, doing anything there, he's with me, he's doing lessons. So, exhausted.
Rock has been recovering.
Is my broken arm healed now?
Yes!
So it's been
Imagine.
3
get your-
weeks.
3 weeks?
Your
Yep.
IP back?
Yeah, I get my
Oh, the max IP will return.
yeah,
What it was.
73 to 90, y'all. It's a big
25
difference.
tonight, actually.
Not mine.
Cricket's upset.
Oh, is that okay?
Oh no.
I'm glad that this was in character. I was
What's
like,
that?
is Wes having a panic attack?
It's gonna be a bit, Morbid. It's gonna be a bit. An emotional wound takes a lot longer to heal.
Emotional damage.
Cricket, why are you pouting?
I just don't understand why I had to take all my pillows away.
There's gonna be more pillows.
What was wrong with the pillows I had? I could have brought every single one of them and it would have been fine.
We don't have room to bring stuff that we don't. It's
Look,
not
I
necessary.
understand the mission and I understand that we need to do our duties, but why couldn't I do my duties with the pillows?
Decent duties.
Oh my god.
And granted, I know duties is funny, but it's not funny to me right now.
Shut up and get better. All right.
I need to know
Be a man.
just for the sake of the language that's happening right now. Is duty like the same in Ovaknian? Like, is it funny still? Like, is it a word?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. It's
actually
canon now.
worse.
That's
Transcends all
Wait,
language.
Yeah.
what is it?
Duty.
I mean, yeah, it's derived from the
Like we're
Ovaknian.
doing
And
duty.
we are
Duty.
speaking.
Well, me and Wes might be speaking. Is Ovaknian Falstaff?
Yeah.
Me and Wes would be speaking Ovaknian anytime we'd speak to each other. Sorry. Rocket Cricket.
Who's Devin West? I don't know. I haven't met them. So
What in an official capacity? What's the situation with
Has he been officially
Rock's
promoted?
rank?
you that kind
I
of
need to know if my mood towards the group is gonna change. Matter.
you have not received anything as up yet.
anything official.
You
Just
are
whispers,
you are. I
just
mean,
whispers.
technically, you are still in training, so
Right,
they're not
right,
going to award anything to you.
But I was
Fair.
told I was going to lead the group. Correct?
Kislov heavily implied that.
Okay.
So
Conjecture.
I
I would keep that close to my chest.
I would have been spending the last few weeks learning how to do official reports, not just one that I made up, and asking what they would like included and what they would like omitted and what they would like sent secretly.
Okay.
And things like that, and learning possibly if they have any sort of like Morse type code in this country. I would like to spend some time starting to learn that
Sure.
before we go on this mission, so that way I know how to communicate.
Give me a
with
logic check.
Dekrivos. Okay.
When was Morse code invented in real life?
I don't know. You think I would? I
18.
don't. Ooh, that was double sixes.
Wow. You actually so as you're kind of studying this, you're noticing some of their coded language that they use. You're like, that actually could be really reverse engineered and easily figured out. So you actually go through and begin to kind of create your own system, and you're kind of working specifically like when you guys were back at Dekrivos, you would have been working with the Strya Fits to kind of so that way everyone was on the same page of how that was going to
Right, and this is just
be sent.
our mission specific, but I'm still learning the Falstat army
So-
language as well.
Yes.
Okay.
So, but they're taking into consideration what you're saying about their own thing because the communication is like, yeah, there's holes in that.
Yes. Okay.
So-
Cool. And I will be working with Strya Fits.
Didn't enigma.
Okay, great.
Yes. Exactly.
That would have consumed probably most of my waking.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I don't know why this is not.
Yeah, I think Rock would just be training extra hard.
Sure.
Beyond what he was told he was allowed to do.
After our mess in the Alps or whatever, I think Cricket's gonna start working on plans for an exoskeleton of sorts for the
Oh.
common soldier, not just people that are mechanically
How
inclined.
about that?
But so there's no more broken arms
Sure.
because he didn't like that.
Yeah.
Are we talking like scribbles, like
No, he's pretty. He can make. He's good at math.
models?
He's not good
like
at
we're doing
reading.
models?
Yeah, like drawing it on like sketchbook,
Okay.
drawing it out like type.
How
of
about you give me a logic check as well? Logic.
He has plans.
Logic.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, it's passing already.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta get to it. It is
It's in pass and fail system.
11.
11. So you also spend time on the yard, like at Dekrivos, talking with Miller specifically about some of the ins and outs of some of these things.
Yeah.
And
I like Miller.
Oh yeah. She's only like double your age.
Yeah, right.
oh, it's like one of those like
It's
little
this is a blank check situation. It's a real blank check going on.
Find out why that's funny on T7 this
Yeah.
Oh god. Oh god.
We'll get to that.
I love it. Yeah, and so you begin kind of sketching these things out, and she kind of gives you like, she's got the engineering mindset too, so you guys kind of work together on some of these plans. And no, she'll point out things and be like, you might want to rework that. But you feel like you got a good basis for this thing. It's going to need some time, and then like obviously right now you're not gonna be able to test some of these things in the field. But you have these things with you to kind of like tweak, and hopefully when you have the opportunity, you'll be able to be like, testing different parts of this and all that.
Can Cricket roll for Riz?
Can Cricket roll for Riz?
Riz.
Oh my
That doesn't
As in
exist in.
charisma.
Yeah, it doesn't exist.
Persistence.
Nope.
As in-
Just so the audience is aware, Riz does not exist in Terraman whatsoever. I don't want to hear about it. I don't care about it.
Says the millennial.
Listen, Cricket's clearly interested in Margaret. I'm just trying to see if the spark is there.
How much older is she?
I mean, she's like in her 20s.
Okay.
Like,
Oh.
it's an illegal situation, right, for her
Right.
at this point. So let's just not.
Back
But
then,
as
in
far
this
as
made-up
she
world.
knows, he's a illegal.
Yeah, as far as she knows, he's 18.
Oh God! Please stop. Please.
Sorry, I had to.
You guys break me too much.
Moving on.
Anyway,
Fade to black. We'll find out later.
All right. So, anybody else doing anything, or that you would have done in those past
Yeah.
3
At
weeks?
some point, I came up to you, Rock, privately,
Mhm.
and would have, you know, Creed isn't taking his reading lessons very seriously, and I really need him to be able to read. If you know,
Listen,
he trusts you, he loves you, and he would do what you asked if you asked him to work.
if I tell him to do something, he's gonna do the opposite of what I
That's
said.
not true.
It is true.
Can
This
you
is-
at least, like, I don't know, tell him that Miller would think he's hotter if he could read?
Oh my goodness.
Imply it?
I mean, yes. Listen, we're friends. I'm considering this a favor. I will do my best. A favor between friends. It's not. I owe you. This certainly does not repay a debt.
Okay. It's not for me.
You said that you need Cricket to be able to read.
Right.
That was not morbid. Right. Right. Do I agree that Cricket being able to read would benefit the team? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Is reading really hard? Yes. Don't like it. But just between you and me, I've been told that the possibility of me getting a promotion for this secret mission to Prakstrania is pretty high, and I think that Reshik should probably know how to read. So
You've been trying.
I've been taking lessons.
With Lydia.
No. Heavens no. I'm taking lessons with what's her name?
The one that likes you?
What's her name? The girl.
Nalia.
Nalia?
Could she read?
Yes.
I'm taking lessons from Nalia.
What's that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, she can read.
I'm saying, this is not like it's an uncommon thing.
Most people can read.
Most adults.
teaching you how to read though is a different story.
I've been doing well. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog.
Congratulations. Now maybe use that Reshik power to influence your brother.
I'm not a Reshik yet. I have a list of things that I've been working on that I'm gonna take seriously when I become a Reshik.
All I'm saying is that he listens to you more than he listens to me. Honestly, every time I talk to him, he kind of flinches.
I mean, you are kind of standoffish.
I know. That's why I need your influence.
Yes.
Great.
I'll do what I can.
Agreed.
And listen, like I said, going forward, if there's anything that you need, you let me know.
I will.
And like, you're my point person going forward in this group.
Yep.
'Cause
As you should be.
as you should be. You're my point person, is what I'm saying.
As I should be.
There you go. Yes, I'll do what I can.
Alright, thank you.
Sometime later. No. This is me. Sometime later.
Okay.
Cricket. No, I'll do what I can. Sometime later.
I'm
So this is
busy.
we're still in Dekrivos when this is happening.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yep.
Before we would leave, I would also, as soon as I felt able to like kind of at least do something with my good arm,
Mm-hmm.
and Rock was feeling better, I'm gonna walk up to him and be like, Rock,
Mm.
can you help me with something? I don't want to die out there, okay? So,
It would not be good.
no, it would be very bad. I was going to ask you if you wanted to fight me, like, for practice.
I mean, I'm not gonna say no.
I'm already seeing someone.
Listen, Nalia's already teaching me how to read. Yeah, I mean, I have no problem hitting a woman.
You just see her eyes get really big, and she just kind of looks down, like, what did I just
Rock's uncomfortable talking to women, but he'll hit them. The willing, guys. The willing. Or like if we and like he would be rambling, he'd be like, or like if there was like if we ran into like Edivarian women,
Yes,
I would
yes.
hit them as
Don't
well.
don't worry about it. I've only really sparred with dummies and with whoever they sack on us during training. So if there's anything that you want to teach me about your fighting style or whatever, I'm open to that.
I mean, what they teach us here is you go for the
No, I
weak
know what
points.
to
I know.
do
Listen
here.
to me. It's my turn to talk.
Okay.
What they teach us here is you go for the weak points, you go for the neck, you go for the you're taught to analyze the enemy, see, maybe
And I
they're
punch
putting
him in the
a little
Give me. Okay. Go ahead. Roll. Technique. Technique.
Attack.
Okay.
No, not you. She's doing her attack.
Can I
10.
keep this roll?
No.
I don't get to roll to react?
No.
No. That's not how this works.
This is
You
combat.
are not defending.
10.
Can I be?
Did I do it right?
Yes. And the next part of and now I'm being defensive. If you were to try anything again.
Great.
The next part of what I was going to say is you have to treat every fight like it's a street fight and you're going to die. So
I've
you
never
pull
been in
hair.
a street fight before.
And you know what they say? It's inhumane to go for the eyes, is what they say.
Okay.
But it's also inhumane for somebody to crush your skull. So,
Okay.
go for the eyes if you can. I won't go for your eyes, though. But yes, we can spar. I'm more of a hands-on teacher anyway.
I figured. And I need actual practice, not just...
How about we roll some
That
combat order?
Cool.
I won't use my brass knuckles. I'll just use my regular fist.
Yeah, we're just using fists, I feel like, for the purpose of this fight. 'cause I only have my
For the sake
sword
of this,
and-
you guys are always in each other's melee. Like you're in
Catch.
Yes.
Tense.
What are we rolling for?
Sorry. This would be
Alacrity.
yes, alacrity.
Great.
6.
That's crap, but it's also 6.
Okay, who has the higher
Mine's
alacrity?
0.
Mine is also 0.
My goodness.
Rolly,
Flip the
Rolly.
coin. Sit down.
It's rollies.
Yeah, let's do a coin.
They
Coin
blind
toss.
me
Okay.
when I hit knuckles and it
Oh, ouch. Yeah, that's.
Do you have a problem with me taking heads?
No.
Is this heads and this is tails?
I was going to ask for tails.
literally it has a tail on the back. It also has a head.
I'm gonna say this is heads. I'm gonna say this is heads and this is tails.
Sure.
Shay flips.
Sure.
I'm gonna call tails.
20.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna punch her.
Technique.
This is after we're both feeling better, by the way.
I don't think that
Just to be
works.
Just to be clear, so we
6.
don't die by accident.
6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you duck out of the. He throws like a right jab at you. You duck out of the way.
I regret everything instantly.
Are you using more? Remember, this is the way we do this. Is you can use your wherewithal. So if you want to keep going,
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
So I
we
started
have
with 6,
minimum
though?
of 6 at the
What's that?
moment.
I started with 6.
Mhm.
And it's 3 to attack?
yes.
Well, then I can't. If I attack again, I'm gonna get exhausted.
2 to attack.
2 to attack.
Okay,
He
I'm gonna
does.
attack again.
You guys say things and I just believe you.
Pass. I got it. Do I do damage, or are we doing just the technique roll is the damage?
You're gonna do the full damage. So you're let's
Is it
see.
D20 and D4?
So we'll use for the purpose of this, we'll use what the brass knuckles.
D20.
D20 and D4.
Would that be the same for me? For
Yes.
hit?
Yeah.
20.
Okay.
I'd like to punch her right in the nose.
Oh my god.
You hear a little crack.
No. We're going like.
Oh gosh.
Into the brain.
We're talking like the nose is this way now.
Morbid and Oliver standing
Yeah.
by
That's
to
right.
give medical attention.
Yeah, we would have at least called Oliver. Morbid might be-
Yeah.
Training
Yeah.
visit for him.
I feel like Morphine would be like, this is a horrible idea.
Cricket's here.
Do you want to put money on this one?
But cricket's like this.
So I didn't mean that. I sorry.
Are you here?
I'm here.
I'd like to
Story has
picture.
summoned me.
I want to set the scene a little bit after I just punched her in the face. So I would imagine we pulled the middle of the tent like barrier is like pulled back, and we have the mattresses set up in like a circle / octagon,
Mm-hmm.
and then so
Nice.
people are standing around it, and we're
Jan
Right.
is definitely taking bets.
With what?
Cigarettes.
So that's 4 cigarettes.
Rations?
Rations.
I don't know.
Cigarettes. The way that you said it. So sure.
And I will.
The pillows, crickets.
I'll regroup.
Oh,
Okay.
This is like the fight of the century. It's the 8 before we leave. Like,
I'll put my pillow in. That rock will win. Who else is putting their pillow in?
So you see
Fresh linen.
while Rock's in there, and you notice this. So Oliver grabs his pillow, but he also grabs Rock's pillow off the
That's
Kick these kids.
That's really good.
I'm regrouping.
bed. Okay. your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna attack twice. If I can find my D6s, my goodness. Oh, they're right here. That'll be technique, right?
Yes.
10 for the first one, and then
This music is
that's
just so.
Yeah, can we get
that's
some pit
7
fighting?
for
Fighting music.
10 and 7. So
Okay,
my-
so D20, D4
okay.
twice.
Fighting music?
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
it's like pit fighting music.
Yeah, I don't.
Emily
I
said
only
in
have like
comments,
really.
fighting equals
I
dating.
mean,
Fighting equals dating. Listen, I'm spoken for.
Yeah.
In the teaching.
Reading.
Yeah, in the reading.
What is she doing during this?
Oh yeah, what's
Laughing.
try this.
No, I was just laughing.
fun.
Maybe a little
Laughing
more
it up.
calm.
You put your pillow in?
Ooh, that sounds like a good plan.
I think I got
Oh, no, she talks.
Yeah.
No, we're talking like
this.
that.
Okay.
It's a pillow fight now.
Great. So
Right. No,
That's
because
a-
she's Ilonian. Yeah.
Okay, I just don't remember.
10 and 7. For
17
both-
total.
What?
No, 10
No.
and 7 for my
You
2
hit.
hits. It's a D20 and a D4
Yeah.
twice.
Yep.
Okay, that was cocked. Sorry.
I love how the preface for this fight was so I don't
That's
get hurt
15 for the
anymore.
first hit,
And now you
How
guys
many?
are like fighting
15
to
for
the
the
death.
first hit,
15.
and 10 for the second hit.
Okay.
A broken nose.
You're
You
up
hear-
to the
5.
When you throw both, go ahead, finish off.
I kind of like punch him in the gut to throw him off guard, and then I slam down with my elbow in his like neck and shoulder area.
As you do that, you hear like outside of the ring, Kislov yell,
Kislov's here.
"Keep your elbows up! Elbows up!"
Yes, sir. Like he's supporting us.
That's crazy.
Oh my gosh. And then I am going to defend. No, that'll leave me exhausted.
He walked out of his tent and saw this. He's like,
Yeah, he's like,
I was
check
gonna
this
do
out.
the same, but I
I'm
don't
going to regroup because I don't want to be exhausted.
So it's just straight back to me because we're both regrouped.
"Yes."
So regroup. Done. We're both regrouped.
Okay.
So now it's my turn.
Yep.
And now we have full. There we go.
Okay. That's a hit. 10. And then I'm gonna attack again. That's another hit. That's another hit.
Oh god.
So that's 3 hits.
Kislov.
11.
Okay.
22
Rock!
and 22.
And 22 again?
22, 22.
Oh god. Okay.
So
Oh gosh.
I'm gonna hit her with
No,
the.
I think I'm at like 27.
I'm gonna hit her with face, and then sweep the leg.
Oh gosh.
Bang. My plan also was to finish at 20, because like that's like you're hurt but you're not dead.
Dying.
Kislov says, "Take the pillows. C8. Throw them at them. If you cannot dodge while you were fighting, you lose."
Okay.
I'm then going to. I don't want to kill her. I guess I'll defend.
I should have like a book in my pillow.
I think it was. Did I say 13, 22, and 23?
Every
I
turn,
can't do math.
you guys need to give me an alacrity
Oh
check
shoot,
on
hang
top
on.
of whatever
I
you're
just after those 3 hits, I miscalculated. I'm so sorry. I am down to 4 hit points.
Okay, I will not attack again.
doing. So on your subsequent turns, you guys need to give me an alacrity check on everything else you're
I
doing.
think we're done. I think we're done.
Kislov's still egging this on.
I'm gonna keep going.
I mean, I'm defending. I'm not gonna hit you again if you're 4. You will die.
I'm gonna keep going.
All right.
And will you kill Lydia this episode?
I
Find out. Will
I.
Lydia die?
Okay, I'm not gonna
Your
defend. I'm
jumpsuit.
taking that back. She
Not wearing my
gave me too
jumpsuit.
much information. I have 6 WP left. Can I try to restrain?
Yeah.
That's gonna take 6.
So it'll take 6 to do that.
I'll do it.
But I need you to give me an alacrity check
If I'm
first.
if I'm exhausted, I don't think she's gonna continue to fight me. Because what's exhausted mean? Like, does that mean I'm like passed out? Or
Round
what?
out, and then
You lose another turn.
you lose another turn.
7 for alacrity.
Yeah. Yes.
Dodge
Yes.
to the pillow.
Yeah. Who chucks a pillow at Rock?
I do.
Throw it in, and you kind of like, because you kind of like duck as this thing comes at you, still keeping your eyes on Lydia.
Yeah, I would try to restrain her
Okay.
and just be like,
Oh, I'm sorry. That was not your alacrity check.
no, that was my alacrity check.
Okay.
I said I was going to try to restrain her, and you asked me to do the alacrity check.
Yes. Okay. I'm sorry.
So I'm going to try to restrain her, but that's going to take the rest of my WP, so I'll be exhausted. But I would like bear hug and just be like, it's done. Like it's done. It's done.
So did
it's
he
okay.
did he restrain me
It's okay.
successfully?
Did you roll a?
What do I do here?
So this is just you don't add any bonus because you don't have anything. to this.
Right. Then no. 6.
Yeah, you kind of
She's wiggly.
wiggle
Yeah,
out.
I like totally slip out and then I try to.
It's all the blood from the nose.
I'll make my alacrity check first so I don't forget.
Okay.
Okay, that was good. That was 8. And then I'm gonna try to punch him in the kidney on the back.
She wants to die.
Does this mean class is canceled tomorrow?
7. So that hits.
Yep.
And then, so the alacrity check was not part of the wherewithal, right? The alacrity.
Correct.
Okay. So then that leaves.
Nate, we recovered IP being okay bet.
Like, I'm not close to being dead.
That's another 8. And then I'm going to do it again. Sorry, if I don't see it, I'm not going to remember what it is. And that's another success. And then I am going to
Lovely.
defend.
I'm so glad you guys did this.
I'm so sorry it's taking so much
I'm
time, but this is
exhausted.
great.
It's wonderful.
You're
And
wasting
then I'm
WP.
going to defend.
Okay.
I cannot attack you.
And that'll be the end of my turn, which means that I hit him 3 times, right? I hit him 3 times, so I roll 3 times for damage.
Correct.
Okay, that's a 4. That wasn't great. The punch to the kidney isn't super strong. That's an 8.
Girl.
And oh my gosh, a 7. These are very weak hits because I'm not doing great.
Well, you're R4 IP, so.
Yeah.
Check
So,
that out.
yeah. And then I
Yeah.
and then I defend. So these are all like very like weak hits.
And
but I'm, like,
I lose my turn here
Yes.
because I'm weak.
Which means he gets hit by a pillow.
Yes, he does.
oh my god!
I'm not
Who throws a pillow?
struggling in that.
Yannick.
Yannick.
yeah.
How did you
You've
know?
only been aiming at rocks.
I've been waiting.
It's the best youth group
Just
use
been
ever,
waiting
guys.
for this.
Give me an
moment.
instinct check. Are you
Yeah.
going to gather this over to him?
I will use air.
Yes.
Guys, it's
So unnecessary.
we love Yannick. This whole thing is unnecessary, but here we are.
It hits, but yeah. Oh, right, damage.
No, that's the end. You're not getting damage
I
on
don't
a
think
pillow.
pillows do damage.
No, the air.
Pillow means you're dead, he said? Because
Yeah.
also pillow means you're
Yeah.
dead.
Oh. Yeah,
What happened?
I lost. I got hit with the pillow.
I don't
I'm
believe him.
dead. I got hit with the pillow. I'm dead.
All is set.
Yes, sir.
Plant your feet better.
Yes, sir.
When you swing, you want to be balanced. Yes?
Yes, sir.
And then when you took the punch very well. I was impressed. But it could knock you back, leaving you vulnerable for another one.
Don't bleed so much.
Am I,
Yeah, I would go up to Lydia.
my nose is probably bleeding like crazy. Oh, yeah. That'll hurt.
I look at Oliver. I'm like,
I'd go up to Lydia and like put my hands,
You all right?
put my hands on her shoulders and just like be looking at her nose and being like, "You got a good one there." Listen, I don't
It's fine. Don't worry about
What-
it. I asked
what-
for it.
like.
Oliver,
Pardon my French, but what was going on out there?
Where?
You're. This is training.
Yes.
So like, when you're not feeling great, you gotta stop. Like, I
Right.
don't- if it like, I could have easily killed you right there because you wouldn't stop.
Yeah. Okay.
I like the fight though. Like that, the Adelians
One
aren't
day
gonna
we
stop.
won't be able to stop.
I that's what I'm saying. The Adelians wouldn't want to stop.
And the
hurting
more
you.
we put ourselves to the edge, the easier that's going to be to bring out what we need when we need it.
Listen, I have no problem going forward, continuing these fights. Maybe when you get a little.
I'll be fine tomorrow.
Yeah. But
We can do it again.
Listen, just going forward. I don't have a problem hitting you.
Lydia, lean forward.
What?
Lean. That's better.
Oh, is that going
You're getting
forward?
like patched up as we're having this.
Take Cricket's bucket.
Just like going forward, like while we're sparring, you need to stop when it's time to stop. I felt like we found a time where it was a nice time to stop. I may have taken it a little too far
Okay.
with the sweep the leg.
Okay,
But keep that fight. I like the fight. Keep the fight.
so stop when one of us starts bleeding.
I mean, take it a little farther.
She's so fiercely
More
logical,
useful
guys.
alive than
Yeah.
dead.
I mean, I get more
For the
training
greater
this way.
Yeah, I think overall,
It's
like I'm looking
pretty
around the
it's
group.
pretty ethical if it's consensual.
I think
so-
overall this is a great group exercise pillow fight.
I learned a lot.
Okay, I'm going to bed now. Thank you all. Good
Yeah,
night.
let's wrap it up, guys. Let's get these mattresses back. Where's my pillow?
I
Covered in blood.
Oliver took it.
I lost my pillow because I bet it on
You
Rob.
had 5.
You have a lot though.
Well, I only had the one because we moved.
No, we haven't moved.
Oh,
This
we
is
haven't
back in
You
time.
point, Oliver points at the one Yannick threw at you.
Which is now covered in Lydia's blood.
I go over to Cricket and just take one of his. And I'll do like the old like take it out of his hands and push him onto his bed. You're fine. Shut up.
I'm sure everyone on the women's side is
As a
just
younger brother, I can tell you I've done that, so let's move on from there.
Next day or some other time, I would go to Cricket in private. Maybe while we're running, because like I wouldn't want to have a conversation, not
Face
doing
to
something
face.
else. Yeah. So yeah, we're running. I'm like, listen, Morvid really wants you to learn how to read.
What?
You heard me.
I can't hear you.
Morvid wants you to learn how to read because you're not useful if you can't read.
What?
And I agree.
What do I need to read? I can
It's
still make stuff.
It's part of your job. Listen,
Oh, stop running.
I'm with,
Stop running. I can't talk and run at the same time.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Trust me. And you need to look at this from I have more experience than you do. I've been learning how to read.
Yeah, but you were learning to read with what's your face?
What's the difference make of who's the teacher?
I thought you weren't interested in reading. I thought you were interested in her.
No, I'm interested in reading.
That's for debate.
You know, one day I might need to know how to read to command the Falstaff army. Who knows? You know,
Okay,
dreams are dreams.
those are your goals. My goals are different.
You want to build the poop suit. What were we calling it?
The poop suit?
The poop suit?
Oh,
oh my gosh.
I didn't think of a name yet, but I'll keep that title in mind.
I mean, the scribbles kind of look like poop, but
Well, no, because like this.
you don't
this-
have your
this-
notebook with you.
It's the poop part. That's not.
Listen,
that's not.
maybe one day you're going to be commanding.
We're gonna have to be able to. Poop
Maybe
in
one day
it,
you're going
so
to be leading people. That's probably what I saw. I probably saw the poop.
So it's like
part.
you can use the bathroom. There's a bathroom.
One day you might be leading a team of people who are building the suits, and it's a lot easier to lead people if you can write things to them instead of saying things.
I can
You're not that good at talking either,
A picture's worth 1,000 words.
and 1,000 words are also worth 1,000 words.
Yeah, but they take longer to write.
You can get a secretary to write it.
Okay,
But you
if
still
I-
need to be able to read it. Just
Well,
listen.
I could get a secretary.
Yeah, but you still need to know how to
I
read.
could get a secretary.
Not yet.
The secretary reads for me.
You're so dumb.
All I need to do is rise the ranks, get a secretary, and then I'll never have to read. Thanks, Rock. I'm gonna keep running. Wow, you're the best big brother ever.
Yeah.
It's giving natural one energy.
Oh my word.
All right. Is this the next day after the fight?
Yeah, I mean, right now we're
The
still
fight
in
is
the
happening
flashback.
almost
Right,
every
right.
day.
Yeah.
I would if
Go back in time.
if we can be the next day after the fight and we're still doing after I have an unsuccessful conversation with Cricket, I would find Lydia who's running,
Oh man.
Oh no.
Great.
and I would just be like, "How you doing?" Not looking at you, like, "How you doing?"
I'm fine.
Good. I mean, I feel great. Like, I feel great.
I figured.
I
That's
wasn't.
fine.
I wasn't. Really.
Are we on for tonight?
I think we need like another. I think you should take another day.
I'm
Your nose
fine.
looks good though. I mean, I could tell
Yeah,
that.
I had
it's-
Oliver snap it back into place, and then I kind of punched at myself a bit to make it
Yeah,
feel
it
okay.
seems like he did it because it's not all that straight.
It's fine. It doesn't matter.
Listen,
I'm running behind you. Thanks.
I speed up a little bit to get through the door.
I also speed
Yeah.
up.
Listen, Prakstrania, I think that, we as a group are going to need somebody to effectively be taking notes. And I think that you're the perfect person for the job. Not saying that I have the power to.
No, I was already going to do it of my own free will. I've been talking to Vostra Fitz about it.
Good. I'm glad, because we need that type of. I'm just saying that you're bringing valuable skills.
No, I know. I just also don't want to die while have my head in my notebook writing all of the notes about all of you dying. I also don't want to die. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So here's what I'll say about the fighting, and then I'll be done talking. There's two parts to a good fighter. There's the fight part, and then there's the harder part to have, which is the will to fight. And Lydia, you have that will to fight.
I know.
So it's just the easy part now. You just gotta learn to fight.
If you say so.
I run off.
Anyone else?
I think in this 3 weeks
Yes.
or whatever, Yannick would have been trying some things.
Okay.
Using some air manipulation
Okay.
to figure out how to amplify sound waves and eavesdrop on conversations.
Ooh.
And
Dang.
kind of like pull the air toward him
Yeah.
so that he can secretly, listen in.
We need
Since
to
we're going to
check.
be spying, potentially. Okay. That's 12.
Yeah. And are you doing this sort of like? Does anyone know this is the process you're going about things, or?
Not until it works.
Yeah. Because it takes some time to figure out exactly how to manipulate it in a way that the
Is
sound
unnoticeable.
right. Yeah. So how do you show your team this?
I don't show the team
Okay.
yet.
Okay.
I think I would say something to Leopold. Fitz.
Oh, okay. So you're
Who
which
is
one?
our-
Which one are you
Who's
talking
our
to?
person?
Kislav?
Kislav.
Fitz? Leopold? Fitz isn't like.
Who's the one who's sending us on this mission?
Leopold.
Leopold.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say something to him.
Tyvos. Leopold.
Yes.
The rank.
See, this whole time I thought Leopold Fitz was one person. They're two people.
Yes.
Okay.
This guy, I have Fritz written down.
Great. Yes.
Thomas
We're doing
Leopold.
Thomas Leopold. There we go.
Gargle Fitz.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Straya.
I would have probably mentioned it to him in the mess secretly, or wherever I would have interactions with him before telling anyone else.
So when you tell him this, if it's like one of those sort of passing things, and you kind of say this, he sort of stiffens up as you like say this info.
And I think I would have repeated back part of a conversation of his that I intercepted.
He says, while like looking away.
Something innocuous, like
Yeah, right, sure.
his breakfast order,
Yeah.
you know.
Yep.
Nothing too above my head.
Keep that trick close to the chest. Somebody.
I thought it could be useful with our mission.
It will. That's dangerous. Do not tell anyone.
Okay.
And he looks at you almost like you catch a glimpse as he kind of walks away. After he finishes talking, like, and you're kind of talking, so you kind of look at him as he's walking away. His face looks pale.
Good to know. It worked.
Does anybody have anything else in the flashback era?
I have just one thing. I think at some point I would have awkwardly walked up to Yannick. Hi. I just, and this is probably like a few days before we leave. I just wanted to tell you that I'm sorry. When I first got here, I was very much in survival mode, as many of us were. And I should have been more perceptive to treating you and Oliver like human beings, and I did nothing. And I am sorry.
Thank you.
She didn't like you in the pit. She was like,
Oh.
Kill them.
I didn't show my face to you because I didn't know what to do and how to help.
It's okay.
That's what I was actually apologizing for on the mountain. And now you know.
Apology accepted.
Okay. And I walk away. I'd probably say something similar to Oliver as well.
I'll talk to Margaret.
Goodness gracious.
Right. It's. Yeah. I think maybe we change this and this.
Hey, Margaret. How's it going?
Okay, we've literally been going over this for like 15 minutes.
So I was wondering,
Okay. All right. So we're doing something else now.
how would you feel about being a secretary someday?
I gotta go. Look what you
Oh man.
I was thinking that maybe if I rose the ranks enough and needed someone to be my secretary, the first person I thought of, was you. Because, Rock said that if I got a secretary, I'd never have to learn how to read. And you know how to read. And I think that would work out really well.
I made this playlist
It's so
specifically.
innocent.
I made it specifically.
I grab a hammer and yeah, I mean, it'd be no big deal if you said no, but it could be pretty cool.
Cricket.
Yeah.
Stop talking for today.
Why? I know our ranks come, in between us.
Wham! She grabs your head and just throws it down.
Thank you.
You just sit at the table.
I'll take that as a maybe.
Question.
Yes.
Just because I can't remember it, I was thinking about this earlier and I got mixed up with our war stories.
That was beautiful.
What languages would Yannick know other than Adelian and Elonian? Would he know the Falstaff one?
I think we talked about this before. If I'm trying to remember what I told you. I think you would know it like a little bit to understand.
So
if
we're
they
not
were-
speaking the Falstaff language at Dekrivos, like
We're speaking.
You're speaking mostly Adelian.
Italian.
Because there's a lot of Adelians that are
Right.
part of that army, and
Okay.
they
So
don't know
wild.
this.
Cool,
They don't
cool,
know
cool.
Latvian.
Then the rest of Yannick's time when he's not working on this new technique would just be to brush up on his Falstaffian.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What was it called?
Ovaknian.
Ovaknian.
Yeah. And it's more difficult than Ilonian. And it's hard to pull away your knowledge of that to speak Ovakian because it's like there's similar rules, but it's just enough different that it kind of messes with your brain as you're trying to. And then you get like so when you're trying to like practice it, you're saying things and then you're saying a word in Ilonian when you're trying to speak. Like no, that's not quite what it is. But you can kind of begin to work on that essentially, but it's going to take some time.
Sure.
For that, so.
Cool. Been writing some letters home.
Okay.
I come back to the tent and I'm holding my nose.
What on earth?
I didn't do it.
On
What on ring?
what on Terrapin?
Me and Margaret went on our first date.
Oh my god.
I assure you that's not what happened. Whatever you think
I
may have
assume
happened.
she said no.
I don't know, it's mixed signals.
Did she punch you?
Boy.
She smashed my head against the machinery.
I think that means no, and I think that means that you should apologize the next time.
Well, you hit people you like.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Pretty much exclusively hit people I don't like, unless
Well,
they ask me to hit them.
You hit me a lot.
You're an astute, observant boy.
Forget C8 Eta, they're just gonna call us C8 Broken Noses.
Dislocated, maybe.
I just don't get
It
why,
could be worse.
why everyone wants me to read so much.
It's important. Especially for you. Do you want me to... How is that going?
He hasn't sought me out, and I don't really teach people who are that unwilling, so.
Yeah, I would appreciate if you pushed a little bit harder.
Did you tell him about the secretary thing?
Cricket! And I start writing in words everything that I've memorized about the Harbingers. And how to build one, and how to fix one. Tell me, is this important to you?
The drunk fox slept over the log.
No.
Yeah, I got it.
Mm-mm. That's how to build a Harbinger.
I don't see any pictures.
No, because many times pictures take up a lot more space than words do.
But you can fit 1,000. How many words is 1,000 words?
Quite a bit.
Is,
And that would take a mathematics lesson.
I'm good at that.
I know. It would really help you if you could read that one. You could learn how to build things that other people have written about, conceptualized. Never before been made, but people who have theorized about machines that people years ago could have only dreamed about. I guess you'll never be able to build it if you came across a manual like this.
Just wait. just wait. I'll let me see. Just let me look at it again.
You want to look at it? Oh. It's
I just let me I'm gonna go look at this.
I can rip out the pages for you. I have important notes in there. Right there. And I rip out a few pages and I give him just the ones that I wrote. You can have it.
I'm not gonna read them.
I know.
He's gonna have his secretary read them.
Oh, and cricket.
What?
Sometimes the imagination is a powerful thing. And if you want anybody to know how to build something that you have only dreamed about, you're going to need to write it down.
Yeah, I drew this one and Rock said it looked like a poop suit. But that's not what I was going for. But it did bring
No, I
up,
definitely see what you're going for, though.
it
but
did bring up a good point that we do need to do our duty while we're wearing the suit. So, yeah, I was thinking.
I see. Question. Is this piece right here? Is this supposed to become detachable right here?
I mean, it's detachable, but only if your arm gets detached too.
No, not the arm. I'm talking about this plate right here. This opens and closes.
Yeah, that's the well, if we add a pneumatic like lever to it, then we
Yes,
wouldn't
you see,
have
I
to-
would have. The only reason I know this is because I know your work. I would have never known that just by the picture. Have a good night.
Before we jump back to our...
Well, I want to do the last thing chronologically.
Wow.
I've been waiting. I've been waiting.
Cooped up.
I know.
Cooped up. No,
I just want
get
the last
this. I
thing
get it.
chronologically.
That's fine. Go ahead.
The chronological last thing, as everybody's leaving the tent to go to the truck,
Mhm.
I would wait until it's just me and Oliver.
Sweet boy.
I'm gonna beat him up. And like as he's going to the door, I'd stand in front of him, much like the first time that we interacted, where I blocked his way. And I would look down, standing uncomfortably close. I'm going to talk, and you're going to listen, and then we're going to walk away. I do not like you at all. I've done my best to make you feel unwelcome. And yet, you're still here. And there's something there to that. However, unlike the other members of the group, I will not go out of my way to do anything to help you. If you fall behind, I will leave you. And I just want you to know, I don't think that you belong here. And I don't think that you belong where we're going.
I agree. Let's go.
What a confident young man.
I have also, right before we left, packed certain supplies that I think might be useful that I can message you at a later time
That's fine.
about.
Okay.
And also, right before we leave, I approached the group and I was like, all right, guys, I've been thinking a lot and I had a really good idea. And my idea was for people to understand what I'm making, I need to learn to read.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
such
I know.
It's crazy.
fantastic
It's crazy that
realization.
you
Yeah.
found that on your own.
Oliver
Yeah.
genuinely looks confused at all of you. Like,
I'm proud of you, Cricket.
Thank you. And
So are you asking for my help again?
yes.
Guys, the truck is leaving. We can continue this in the truck.
Okay.
We'll start once we get settled at our new place.
all right. Before we jump in, let's take a break.
Before we get to the
All right. And we're back. After
Hello.
You've thrown him off his groove.
After
Oh my
a few
gosh.
hours, you can discern Prakstrania from the rest of the mountainside. The old Ilonian city's buildings are as white as the snow on the mountains, except for the red roofs that cap almost every structure. Mixed in with the old architecture, more modern apartments. What? Oh, that's this. Sorry. I got confused. More modern apartments and businesses stand out with various shades of color. Even at this distance, the street lights shine bright due to the overcast skies. You can see much heavier traffic coming to and fro from the city as the highway that runs through most of Ilona comes into view. It was only a scant few years ago that many of these roads were cobblestone, and the horse and carriage were preferred. It was this leap in technology that caused a renewed energy in the old city. That, and the promise of peace. It's not long before the transport begins to pass under the shadow of tall buildings. Even in the bitter cold, the sidewalks are filled with people tramping through snow to their destinations. Most keep their eyes averted when they see the false-set transport drive by. Better to stay out of affairs larger than yourself. Turning onto a wider avenue, a guard tower can be seen in the distance. Then two. This guardhouse appears to be more of a sizable outpost in the middle of the city. Spotlights move in deliberate patterns around the area outside the fences. From one prison to another. C8, stand and be ready to exit, Kislav barks. The transport enters the open gates, rumbles to a stop. Exit, Skilks.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The guardhouse, barracks, are an old modified Ilonian building, much warmer than the tent. All squads are put together. So you guys are shown the inside of his base, which kind of looks like if they took Dekrivos and shrunk it down to one block of the city.
Is the entirety of C8 here?
Yes. Mhm. And there's other soldiers of Pulse that live at this base. But you guys are led into one of this old building, so it's that white stone, red roof, and they kind of, some of the walls are, they got like dividers put up and certain things and all that to make this place work for barracks. So in some of the larger rooms, squads are like put together essentially. And what you notice when you walk inside, first of all, when these structures were built, they were designed. This is a cold area. So architecture designed as well as they could to keep that cold out. So even though these buildings are much older than the rest of anything that you guys would have been in, especially Dekrivos, or even older than Skald, it's you can feel like the temperature is, for like the first time in 3 months, comfortable. You guys get your own space essentially, and there's like, they have cots kind of all around these rooms. The Kislov kind of like checks in with all of the squads essentially, and kind of gathers you all together. And after everyone kind of gets settled in, I will be returning to Dekrivos. I will not be in charge of your training here. That said, you all worked hard these past few months. Best of luck.
Don't miss us too much.
Just raises his eyebrow at you. And then he just walks away.
How far away from Dekrivos are we?
Take you probably 4 or 5 hours on the transport to get here.
I think the first thing that Yannick would do getting off of the transport is bend down and pick up some loose dirt, rocks, etc.
Excuse me? Get your hands off.
Not you, rock. Loose stones
Loose stone.
on the road or whatever, and just kind of like get a feel for the earth in this new location.
Yeah. Yeah, this is kind of like, all you have here is kind of like the paved. So this is their asphalt is what you're kind of feeling here underneath this.
Is there any dirt?
In the base?
Yeah.
Not really.
Stone? Like you said, the buildings are made
Yes.
up of white stone.
Yep.
Is it like the stone is white or that it's painted white?
The stone is white, so yeah.
So like, looking at that and communing with the earth,
Yeah.
feeling the vibration.
The roofs, like the red roofs, have kind of that like that clay sort of like, so they're, they have like the tile quartz sort of thing.
He's one of those guys that like is could maybe be like attracted to a building.
No.
Just eyeing up that building.
The stonework here is different. Just getting used to it.
Oh, you were from this area.
Not here. These are all quarried locally.
Where's Basque from here?
West.
Fast.
Bask in the glory of Basque. I would say, Rock would have said Basque.
That's true.
And I would have said
Yeah.
fast.
It's
How
west
far?
of here.
Ish.
Probably.
Same country, right? Okay.
I'd say probably 150, 200 miles, something like that.
Prakstrania is like between Dekrivos and
Prakstrania is actually north. of
Farther
Dekrivos.
north.
Yeah, just northwest of Dekrivos. I said northeast to you, northwest.
Marvin, how many degrees can the human body withstand?
like temperature.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no more than 40 degrees. 45 if
Okay.
you play it right.
I draw a picture of...
Celsius.
Why would we?
Of a
We have to use
fire.
Celsius.
I'm
Because I can't
Italian.
write read yet, but I'm taking notes as if I
45
can.
is.
I'm
45
pretending to take
hot.
notes is what I'm doing. You know?
Oh,
You're
I
gonna
went
want
the
to-
other
Are you
way.
saying
Wait.
cold or
Hot or
hot?
cold?
Hot.
Yes. Something like that.
You were way ahead. Of
I draw it backwards for him so that way he'll follow my hand. I draw him like the numbers that he needs.
Why do you want to know?
Oh, it's for this thing I'm working on. Just don't want people to die.
Because it gets too hot.
When I get to the
inside.
human
in
testings,
in
yeah.
your
Mm-hmm.
thing, yes. 42.3.
42.
Don't-
3.
I was pretty close.
Mm-hmm. Well done.
what degree is that?
Celsius.
No, but like what? How hot is it in Fahrenheit?
124.
So you think like 85 is too much then?
I thought you were good at math.
If you're
I am. That's more of like a rhetorical question, I suppose.
Water boils at 100.
What about blood?
Yeah.
Okay.
It probably has a different
you're
boiling
using a
point.
different unit.
Like Fahrenheit.
And I'm just trying to read things that are on the buildings too.
Yeah, but there a lot of this like.
Ammonium
Kelvin.
imperial system. Water boils at 100
Kevin
Celsius.
system.
Yeah, water
Kevin.
boils at
It's
100
Kevin.
Celsius. 212 Fahrenheit.
So the which like the base signs and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Things like the main one is
That's
just
where we
called
are now.
Building
That's
A,
where we were.
essentially.
Lost is over.
Can I read as
Ew.
well? I would have been taking the lessons like as soon as I was better with, or like maybe even
While
in.
you were.
I'm
Yeah,
not
while I
like
was-
quite reading things, I'm making things up. So
And
like I
I'm-
see building
Right.
A and I'm like, oh, mess hall.
That's actually.
But you
the-
would have seen
the-
A, so you'd be like mess hall
that is
A.
Mess hall
actually,
A.
The medical area.
But I would be ahead of him, right?
Because
Those
when you
weeks.
get hurt, it makes a mess. And so, what does it say?
It says medical.
Medical. But the voices in my head said that it said building A.
Until you get faster. You remember that page that I switch up every now and then? I try to get you to read it very quickly.
That page that you switch up to get me to read really quickly, yeah.
The one that I do all the
The
time.
one that you do all the time
Yes.
now? Yeah, uh-huh.
It's like very similar sentences, but it's
Uh-huh.
just ever so slightly changed every time.
Right.
Until
right.
you can get that completely read and comprehended
Right,
in 5
comprehend.
seconds,
Uh-huh, got it, uh-huh.
don't trust your instinct when it comes to
Your
reading.
compass.
Medical A.
What's your compass?
Here it comes.
My compass.
Don't trust your compass.
The signs are different here, just like the rocks. The stones, the stonework.
They're
That's
not.
probably why I can't read it.
The signs are in the same
It's
language,
different-
actually.
different-
Maybe a
It's
different,
Different
font.
font. Different font. It's
I
harder.
was actually learning
Well, you
about
see, in
fonts
Dekrivos, they
earlier.
were hand painted. Here, they look like they were professionally done. So,
Yeah, we call those fonts.
yes,
It's a font. Handwritten
that's
font.
the word I was looking for.
Oh.
I actually just learned about fonts, so I kind of like talking about fonts.
From Nalia.
Maybe I researched fonts on my own. Times New Falstaff is actually my favorite font. She was showing. I mean, I saw it on the typewriter. You know that
Comic
they
Sans is good too.
What did you?
I don't think they have that on the typewriter.
It's Comic Skull.
It's comic skull. It's just scribbles.
I write in wingdings right now.
Yeah,
wingdings.
100%.
More like wingdings.
So after you guys kind of get settled in, there is a unfamiliar man to you that comes in. He says, he's like looking at his like a clipboard. Eta Squad,
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
name Rishik Zhabroska.
Zhukrovska?
Shabroska. Is that how you say it?
Yep. If you want a full name, Rishik Vladimir Zhabroska.
They're always Vladimirs.
What was the last name?
Jeevroska.
Yes! I was right.
Javros.
J-E-V-R.
Jeevroska.
Vlad.
Blob.
And you said he was Kygos or Russia?
Russia.
Let's
Let's see. Yes. I should have. Shaloni. You are Istolanian, correct?
Yes.
Not stated. Which one of you is the. We have two Medvedevs. Rock.
Yes, sir.
And I will talk later.
Look forward to it.
He looks at you.
You see me roll my eyes.
Morvid Bowen.
I know the name. What is this? The bank?
Skill.
He looks a bit like.
Medvedev the Less, sir. On theme. But I go by Cricket. Quiet but loud, sir.
It's a long name.
Not all of it.
So which part is the name? They have on theme?
Just Cricket, sir.
Okay, on theme.
I'm gonna just whisper something in Wes's ear. Go ahead.
I'll listen. Correct? And then he looks at Oliver. Windley. Writes notes.
I like it.
That's good.
Right. So,
Surprise tool that we're all saying.
according
Listen
to
to
what
that.
I have been told, you are all going to be patrolling. He looks through his notes as the DM.
Stand to attention.
We've been at attention.
It's a moment of silence to establish like the fear.
Yeah, Sector 9. It's near the old city.
Do you have Prakstrania spelled out?
Right there, buddy, in the
Oh.
in the box.
It's so small.
Prakstrania.
As for your stay here, I will be in charge of your training when you're back at base. Until when you are on your shift. If you have any trouble, obviously deal with what you can. If you need reinforcements for any reason, send one back to base. One of you.
Reshik, sir, what exactly are we patrolling for?
Right. Sorry, sometimes I get in my own head with these things. We've been doing this for a long time. Essentially, Prakstrania is just make sure that the peace is kept. It's about what I will get into.
Yes, sir. And what are we allowed to do in order to keep the peace, as far as violence?
If someone creates trouble, this is a... You're asking me if you need to kill anybody.
On a scale from beat them to kill them, are we just like, right, we'll kill them?
If the need arises, you represent the army of Falstad. If there is a danger to Falstad, its citizens, you do what you must do.
Discretion. Use discretion.
Correct.
Thank you.
Sir, would you like report on every single patrol, or just the ones where interesting things happen?
Too much paperwork, all of that. Take care of what you need to. I stay out of your hair, you stay out of mine.
Yes, sir.
I can read, sir. It's not very well. Do I need to read a lot?
Right. It is late.
You're doing great.
We'll do lights out early, and then tomorrow you will be shown to your sector and the perimeter of what you will be doing. Do you have any questions?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
He takes a clipboard, nods, and kind of just walks down to the next squad. Excuse me. Oh! You guys doing anything before we move to our next day?
I would go up to Cricket as we're walking. They are not going to be as lax with you being an idiot here. This is real.
What do you mean an idiot?
Telling him that you know how to read? He didn't ask if anybody knew how to read.
How is that an idiot? Everyone told me I needed to know how to read, so
Okay.
I'm not an idiot.
We are
I'm trying to show
on
them that
your
I'm not
side.
an idiot.
And you
I
just
thought I was
look-
the
you just
opposite.
looked like an idiot. Okay, listen. Just in front of superiors, don't talk unless you're spoken to.
Well, he was speaking to us.
He was not asking you if you knew how to read.
Okay.
There's a thing about offering information. You offer a lot of information. Just give information that's asked from people who need it.
Well-
Don't be telling anybody just anything.
Lydia always tells me it's good to be an open book.
That's very odd
Have I
coming from
ever
her.
said that?
Cricket, who is the least idiot person you know?
Who's the least idiot person I know? Margaret.
Does Margaret talk as much as you do?
She hits my head into things.
But does she talk as much as you do?
No.
Might be correlated.
I'll never talk again.
We know that's not true.
Oh, no.
I love cricket.
Silent but loud.
Silent, but so very loud.
I think I'd just be pouring through both the old and the new code and making sure I have clear, separated boxes in my brain as to which one I will be using here and which one I want to continue to improve. And you just kind of see me just kind of like tap.
Ever since the you're practicing your
Yeah, she's
good stuff. Ever since your confrontation with Oliver, like the entire 5-hour trip, hasn't said anything. He's just sat, kind of kept his eyes forward, hasn't responded to anything. Just has been silent. And
Silent but not loud.
I throw a book at him as soon as we get settled in her place. Huh. Like that.
You said
Yes.
throw a book.
She throws the book at him.
opens it up,
The book.
just starts to read. Doesn't say anything.
Are we all in the same room this time?
Yep.
Just us and Oliver.
At least the tent muffled the snores the last time.
There's nothing I can do about this.
We could stuff something. Don't some people use clothespins?
I feel like it's interesting that you say that. I feel like my nose is like stuck. It's not stuck when I'm up, but when I go down to sleep, I do feel like it's stuck, and that's why I have to open my mouth.
You did break your nose a few weeks ago. Maybe you've deviated.
I think that you know that I've been snoring longer than just a few weeks ago. Sometimes I wake myself up from snoring.
I've just learned to fall asleep to it, honestly.
It has gotten worse.
You know, I have been
It
told
has,
by a
but-
couple people in my past that my snoring is in a way soothing. The loud sounds of machinery and skull, I've been compared to that.
Does make
Like
a lot
that.
of sense for you, honestly. What are you doing, Cricket?
Oh, are you speaking to me?
I was. Do you not want me to?
No, I just can never talk unless spoken to.
Who told you that?
Rock.
I see. Are you ready for the night's reading lesson?
Yeah.
I can't do the worksheet, and then we'll just fast track.
Yannick, is it this nice at your house, your original house where you came from? Is it warm inside like this?
It's warm.
I was actually starting to feel like a sort of a comfort in the cold. So this is actually kind of off-putting.
It's a lot better than being cold.
It's a matter of opinion.
Yeah, I guess.
You think they'd let us open a window?
Probably.
Just a thought. So, like, what are the summers like in Basque?
It's pronounced Bast with a T.
Boss. Because in Skalt, we don't really have summer. It's just sort of snowing all the time, which I love.
We don't really have winter. I mean, we do. It just rains.
Well, it's so cold here.
Yeah.
Isn't Basque, like, close?
Bast.
Bast.
It's a lot further south.
Okay.
It's like in the middle of the band.
Now you're talking about band stuff. We don't even know it's a band.
You can see the curve.
Science can't prove the curve, though. It could be a sphere.
Are we doing this?
Anyway, listen,
Rock.
I don't want to get. I don't want to get in. Well, it's a different kind of curve.
When
I
the
don't want to
sky
get
is
into this
clear, you
band
can
Earth
see it.
theory. I don't want to get into this band Earth theory.
Okay.
Also, you know stuff about molecules. Like, ever seen a rainbow? Light and stuff can refract.
Yeah.
He's obviously just like mimicking talking points he's heard before. Like, light can refract images and cause
Are
mirages.
you a flat bander?
No, I said sphere. It would be my guess. Is a spherical Earth.
That's ridiculous.
You don't think that a spherical Terra band would be realistic?
Not at all.
That's
Like,
heresy.
it would make way more sense. How are people on the band not falling from the top?
Gravity, obviously.
It's moving.
My sphere
Centrifugal
Earth moves
force.
too. My sphere Earth moves in a
Yeah. How are they not
If it was a
flying
band,
off?
where's the edge?
gravity. And there's an atmosphere. Where's the atmosphere on the ring Earth?
Right here.
What if one day a big giant just puts the ring on his finger and we all die? Think about that. Put that in your ring Earth.
Well, you all keep it down. I'm trying to hear something.
I don't think the Almighty would let that happen.
What are you doing?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Messing around.
Okay.
Do you know the whatever we call it, Morse code in Falstaff? I don't know.
Come up with a name. What would you like it to
The
be?
first daddy batty.
Oh, think about that.
You know
and
the
get
tap-
back to
do you know taps and dots?
Do you know this?
Taps and
and I
dots.
just kind of send her like, I just say Squad Eta Varget in Spain in the code.
Name it after your
Do you,
dead
do
husband.
you know that?
No, what? You're just tapping.
Okay,
What if
never
its name
mind
was
then. That's
Moritz?
all I'm working on.
It's a sequence of taps and spaces between the taps that signify different letters in the alphabet.
Yeah,
It's how they communicate covertly.
we use this in the mine to get information from top to bottom.
So everyone knows except me.
I mean, I know how to say,
I don't know.
dude lost leg, send another.
Send it on.
Another like
So it's a code, and I'm trying to make sure that it stays more covert.
That's why we all know about it.
Yeah, we all know. It's pretty easy. to
Okay.
crack.
Make it so it's harder to reverse engineer or translate or what have you.
That's interesting.
I can't read. Well, I couldn't read, but I could read the taps and dots.
Do you understand this? And I start tapping. Like Squad Eta Bargain Spain.
It's hard. I've never quite
you
put those
using
letters together. But yes.
or Elonian or Adelian.
Whichever one we mainly communicate in.
Squad Eta Vargan Spawn.
Close.
Bargain Spain?
Bargain's Bane.
Oh. Well, you were going really fast.
What about this? And then I tap the new one.
Okay, now you're just tapping. It's gibberish.
I said the same exact thing.
Okay, Sherlock.
It's really useful because only she
That's what I was just about to say. Congrats on making a language only you understand.
For now.
Mustafa and I have been working on it.
Okay.
She's gonna
now
teach
the
me.
two of you. Okay.
Maybe not. It depends on the clearances. I don't know.
My mother and I would write codes to each other.
Really? What
In
kind?
taps and dots.
No. Nonsense languages. She's a philologist.
A what?
A philologist.
Is that like the
I don't think I know what that means.
Me and my mom would laugh and have fun and eat bread on bread.
Bread on bread is
What,
great.
what is that word?
Philologist. She studies philology.
What is that?
Has to do with language.
Oh, like a linguist?
Yeah, it's the subset. Very specialized.
I see.
Maybe we should have a language. Squad Eta language.
I've been wanting to write my own cipher at some point.
She's really good at ciphers.
Do you know any?
Only ours.
Could I try to figure it out?
Sure. I
Right.
mean, philology deals with the structure, historical development, and relationships of languages. So, like the similarities between Adelian and Elonian, for example, and what their ancient roots could have been.
Do the Estafarians have a secret language?
Edivarians speak Adelian.
No, not Edivarians. Estafarians.
Oh, Estalonian.
Estalonians.
Yistalonian.
You know what I'm saying, and I know what I'm saying.
That's philology.
Do the Estalonians have a language?
Estalonian.
What's that sound like?
I say a phrase.
Sounds like you got something stuck in your throat.
I think it sounded very.
Mazel tov. Bracha tov.
Anyway,
Okay.
would you write me a message?
Hitler
Could I? Would you write me a message in your cipher and I could try to decode it?
Sure.
Elohim.
I tried to decode what he wrote me.
Give me a logic check.
Please be good. Please be good. Please be good. Yeah. That was almost bad. 10.
Almost bad, but it's a 10.
So
It's a
you can
plus
see the pattern.
It helps if you have the right book.
Is it
It's a book cipher.
the scriptures?
No.
Guys,
Well, maybe it's a
we're not
cookbook.
talking about this.
Maybe it's a cookbook.
We're not talking about it.
About
We're not
cookbooks?
talking about anything. We're going to talk about something else.
You see,
Speak
if
on spoken different.
the sender and the receiver have the same book, you pick a word on a certain page, and that's your cipher. And so then, as long as you have the same book, you can write messages.
Okay.
So,
I still want to try to figure out how to nothing. Almost like I intercepted the message or something.
you would need the book.
Do you have it?
But I know that she does.
Maybe we'll end up in Bast one day.
Maybe. But you got really close.
I'm gonna keep this, and I'm going to keep looking at it.
I'll just tell you what it says.
No, don't tell me.
Okay.
If I get really desperate, I will ask you.
Okay.
Okay.
Morgan, I have a question.
Yes, Rock.
This is in private, by the way. No eavesdroppers. What would you do? That's cute. What would you do if somebody was helping you with something and not asking for anything in return? How would you thank that person beyond just words?
Ask your question again.
If somebody was helping you with something, daily / semi-daily, how would you thank said person beyond just saying thank you?
I mean, some people appreciate the thank you alone. Some people appreciate gifts as a thank you. Some people appreciate doing something for them in return.
If you were also a woman, what would you want
I love that question.
as thanks for teaching me how to read? I mean, something else.
Yes, I think I know where this is going. Oh, I don't know. She gives me the sense that she would appreciate some affirmations that if you complimented her once in a while.
I've said that her form while running is very good, and the times that I've seen her sparring with the dummies, does not look like she would get killed. I've said those things a few times each.
And I'm sure she appreciates that.
Is that not what you mean by affirmation?
Yes, maybe something relating to the task at hand. Wow, you're a very good teacher. I have learned so much. Thank you.
I said that I have said thank you.
What have you expanded
I've said
on the teaching at hand?
thank you for teaching me how to read. And at another time I said thank you for sacrificing your time to teach me how to read. But it feels like those things may not just be enough to express my true gratefulness.
Do you feel like I don't know her well enough, but do you feel like it's not enough? That you need to do something else?
I just feel like if it were me, I wouldn't want just the words thank you if I was spending so much of my free time teaching an idiot how to read.
I think what you need to do is that you need to find out something about her.
That's what I'm here for. You
I
slept
don't
next to her for
know.
like 4 months.
What do I know about Nalia from sleeping next to her for 4 months?
She's pretty quiet.
Yeah. Maybe ask what she likes?
Then it's like totally disingenuous.
No. There's a way to ask that's not like, what do you like? It's like, when you're back home, what were your hobbies? What made you happy? I am not the people person I think you want to be talking to.
Okay, but what, you want me to go ask Yannick how to talk to a woman? Cricket, maybe? Like, what? We're friends, I thought that we were friends. I thought we could trust each other.
Doesn't mean that I have the answers you want.
I'm not coming to you.
I'm giving you what I know. Take it or leave it.
I guess I'll take it, but it's not helpful, is all I'll say.
Great.
We don't talk about stuff.
Maybe you should try to ask her what she likes to do.
Get out of here!
Are we all able to hear
No,
this?
this
is
like
the
all,
practice.
you guys have been talking,
Yeah,
and he's just been reading.
He's blent in so well.
Yeah.
Blent. New word.
I would
blent.
like to try my ability. Though.
Yeah.
Yes, do it.
Please,
Do it, please.
instinct check.
Do it.
Cock.
Missed.
Gotta
Terrifying.
roll again.
10.
So it's like garbled at first, so you kind of like.
Is he like
hone in.
around a corner or something? Like.
Well, he's done it so much that he's like you can't quite tell what he's doing. Like he's not. He's sort of manipulating the air just by like small, very small movements. So you're not noticing this in this conversation. So it comes in kind of like before it comes out clear to you. So you probably hear about like because you're trying to get it as they're talking. Probably about to the point where. He's asking like trying to remember back the conversation like
It was like beating around the bush, and then it was like, all right, yes, this is what we're talking about.
yes, you got to about the point where that beating around the bush kind of ended, and then so they're talking specifically about Nalia,
And then you.
and then you.
The slight shade.
If you consider us friends, you should know well enough that I don't do well with that kind of thing.
I'm not coming to you as a person who handles with people well. I'm coming to you as a friend. Okay?
Are you asking what I would like to hear?
You're not knowing, so no. I'm asking. What time?
Is it night?
Yeah, I was thinking like before bed or something. Maybe just keep your ears out. I don't know. And maybe I'll take the advice that appeared out of thin air and maybe kind of try to possibly figure out it.
His advice. What was his advice?
He was like, maybe ask her or something.
I said just maybe ask her
And then
what
when
her
that, like,
interests are.
when
Yeah.
that happened,
said.
when that happened, it was like moved, like we moved away. I don't know. I just.
Are we confined to quarters?
Thank you.
What I said, and What do you define as a friend, Rock? I've got to be honest.
You're my friend.
I'm not on the same page.
Ow! I thought that we were.
I'm asking. I'm genuinely asking. What do you consider a friend?
Back up. After surgery, I said that I have your back. and that I would do whatever, and that I considered you a friend. Did that not register in your brain, in your robot brain? Are you just programmed? Is this how Italians treat others?
I mean, some of them. We're not all the same with everything. I saw that conversation as an exchange, not necessarily.
And I said in Dekrivos that I am doing a favor for you, not as repayment, but a favor because you're my friend. I thought that I was being very clear that you were my friend.
His voice is starting to raise.
So we all just kind of look over like, what is going on?
There's a certain level of respect I have for everybody except Oliver. And you're above that.
Your voice is loud, Rock.
You're above that. I thought we were friends. Are you breaking up with me as a friend?
I don't know. I don't. Brooke, I don't have any friends. I've never had friends.
Is she talking about how evil she is again?
I don't.
Well, you know what, Morbid?
Maybe
You've got a friend in me.
you are the person that I've have the most things between us that have happened that are important and connect us in a way. I suppose that is what friends are like.
I've only ever had friends that I worked with, and we worked together, so that's why I just assumed that, I guess you think that we're just working co-workers, and I thought that we were friends.
Workplace associates.
We should
Workplace associates.
maybe work on that. Friendship seems like intentional. I don't know if our working relationship is very intentional.
Okay, prior to this conversation, let's say we're in a dangerous situation. Because you're my friend, I would make the attempt to save you greater than the attempt to save anybody else.
Because I'm your friend, or because you need me to save your life?
Because you're my friend. Why? Have I ever been deceptive in any way? I've always told the truth to you. Why do you think that I'm being deceptive now? We know the situation. I know that you probably can't help down the line. I just thought that we had each other's backs.
Yes, we do.
I'm never asking for advice ever again from anybody else.
That exchange that we had where we decided to have each other's backs, I will now kind of put that in the bank as something that friends do.
I guess thank you, and I guess I don't know what to say. Do you want me to be less? Do you want me to be less of a friend?
We should. No, I don't know. I don't.
Look
know.
outside the walls.
Mm-hmm.
Picture yourself out there.
Yes, I've been out there.
Would it be better if you had a friend by your side, or worse? She's a robot. Processing.
I suppose if you can trust that friend with information that you need kept secret, it would be better to have a friend. But I don't know that I've yet to trust anyone with that kind of information.
That's fair, and I don't hold anything against you for that. I will remind you, I've trusted you with information that I expect you to keep hidden.
Yes.
That's all I'll say. And like I've said, I've never given you a reason, or anybody a reason, to think that not only could I be deceptive, but would I be deceptive?
You're right. I
Crocheting, pretending I'm crocheting.
apologize that I haven't recognized that.
No, it's fine. Maybe things move too fast.
Maybe give me an instinct check.
Maybe I thought things moved too fast.
Are you trying to airbend too?
You're not sure what's you just yawning must be just
Just
exercising
what?
his
My
fingers.
instinct's -1, y'all. And I rolled a 3.
Continue. Sorry.
I apologize for my lack of trust. And my
No, it makes sense. Actually, Nalia said that my EQ was low. And I think that probably is going to translate to this situation.
That's very smart of her. Maybe she's into psychology.
Oh,
You should
maybe
ask
that's
her.
why she's so interested in teaching me how to read. I've really begun to rethink this entire situation, and everything that I thought that I knew was true.
What? Rethink what situation?
Well, like that, and then like maybe you like obviously we're taking a step back from what I thought was being friends to now we're working on being friends or something.
No, the reading is important.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna stop learning how to read. I'm actually doing a really good job, thank you.
And if it's done right, friendships are important. And I think that we could get there. I am sorry that I wasn't ready for that yet. Or ready to recognize that this was becoming a friendship.
No, this is like totally embarrassing. So, I think I'm gonna go sleep and probably miss first. Like, I'm gonna miss my pre-workout that I would do before the workout because I'm just so embarrassed. Also, the beds are a little bit warmer. So, harder. Thank you, Morbid, but yes. We both have a lot to think about.
Fine stuff.
And I go back to bed.
Amazing.
A week of patrols. Prakstrania.
Oh,
You guys.
that spiraled out of control, guys.
That was so cute. Oh, that was cute.
He's trying so
That
hard.
was so adorable.
And so is she.
I'm doing the pro strat of progressing Rock and Nalia's relationship without having to talk to Nate as Nalia.
Did you want to say something before I continue on?
Yannick would have at the morning meal
Mm-hmm.
gone up to Nalia.
Serious war story.
It's like high school drama, but in the military.
Gotta go.
We are so good at this, guys. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. Continue.
And just, mentioned there might be someone in C8, not gonna say who who's into you.
That's so high school.
I forget that sometimes you guys are like young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yannick's
we're like
20.
I flattered young, but I.
No, not me.
Oh.
They just want to know what you like.
A little more feminine, please.
And bashful.
I don't want to be talking to no Olga.
No one did asked me before. Maybe. I do like simple things, gardening. I do enjoy journaling as well. I recently, well, before we left, I really enjoyed cooking. What do you plan on doing with this information?
Oh, nothing. Don't worry.
Right.
When is this?
Enjoy your breakfast.
Okay.
Would I've seen him talking to her?
No.
There's a lot of people.
Okay. You kept it.
I-
Yeah, you kept it low key. Gotcha.
Sorry. Now go ahead.
Is everyone done role playing for the moment? Can we move on?
Just
She's like, please, I'm done. Please help me.
So, a week of patrols. You guys have, like I said, you're patrolling Sector 9, which is kind of away from more of the modern parts of Prakstrania, and it's just on the outskirts of what they would call the Old City. And a lot of those not so wealthy would be living close to this area, and as well as in the Old City. But you're kind of all stationed around. It's like a 6-7 block radius, so you're never really near each other, and for like just hours at a time, it's just standing in the cold, and you get to you warm your hands up. You don't it's just uncomfortable because you're not really doing anything, so your muscles kind of tense up. So during those times when you guys are actually training, it becomes so much more like you actually
never stood still before for so long.
Yeah, and so when you're actually training, you're like, your muscles get you get to move, and you feel better through this whole process. But as C8 as a whole, as you guys are still in your basic training, there's all of the other personnel. Like, you guys get the brunt of a lot of things in the base. If there is no food left after, like, in the mess, like, it's sort of an understanding that C8 waits until everybody else gets their stuff. And there's...
We're the only skills here.
Yeah. No, there are other skills, but they're actual, they're past basic training. So you guys are getting essentially the hazing of all of this. And your other members of C8 are in different sectors of the city, so you don't see the other squads except for when you're back during training all together. But as your hope would be like, okay, maybe it's going to start to warm up, but there's like this cold snap that happens in Prakstrania, close to this mountainside, and it drops. The temperature drops, making this week just awful. As you are, first of all, isolated for most of the day, each one of you, probably close to 6-7 hours on various, kind of either pacing up and down certain streets, standing at different
isolated
corners.
from each other.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a big sector, and you're kind of just, you get a chance to kind of watch the people, all the citizens of Prakstrania, and there's some that if you look at and a smile, at least they'll give like a quick smile back. Others just avert eyes. They don't look at you. They don't try to engage at all. Adding to that sort of loneliness feeling where you are not a civilian. You are not a part of this world. You are just watching it go by at this point. And those continuous thoughts kind of just eat at you. Near the end of the week, Cricket, you're standing on a street corner near the Old City. You're the one closest, actually, to the Old City itself. And you've noticed some, you've gotten the beggar come up to you and ask for things here and there, and you're taught just to, push them along, all of these things. You're just kind of standing, and at this point, kind of fading really in and out of consciousness, because it's just boring. And there's a bump in your back, and there's some person carrying like a bunch of boxes in their hand, and they say, "Oh, I am so sorry, my friend. You did not see where I was going."
No problem. Do you need any help with that?
Oh, no, I think I can manage. He actually kind of does one of these things. Kind of sets the stuff down because he wants to, like, you know, reshuffle it, bring it back up.
Mm-hmm.
You see a guy who's probably in his, like, mid-30s. He's wearing, like, you know, full trench coat down. He's got a hat on to protect from, like, snow or whatever. And he gives you, like, a big smile. And says, it is a cold one today.
Yeah, I'm used to the cold though. It's not so bad.
Are you sure you're shivering?
I'm fine. Move along, sir.
He takes his coat off. Here. I live right around the corner. Just,
I don't know if I'm allowed to accept this.
he helps put it on. The Almighty gave his son for all of Teraband. I think I can give a coat. Take the coat.
Thank you.
Are you hungry as well?
Well, I mean, they feed us. Yeah,
Look, all I say is, Serena, wait. She's making a wonderful stew tonight. Would you like some? Could I bring some out? Okay, we're right down the corner.
Do you have any bread?
Yes?
I'm sure that it'll be fine if I come with you for a little bit.
Well, I don't want you to get in trouble. I can bring it to you.
Oh, okay, great. I'll wait here then.
You mind helping me get it?
Oh, yeah.
Kind of puts the boxes back in his hand. 10 minutes. He kind of heads off. And like the wind kind of picks up. But you feel a little warmer.
What? Doesn't want to miss anything.
It's about 10-15 minutes go by, and this man comes back around. You see he's got 2 bowls in his hand, and he's got 2 chairs like tucked underneath his arm. He's just kind of like walking towards you. He's got like a different coat on, like a shorter one now.
Thank you.
Can you sit?
Yeah.
Gives you kind of leans the chair against you. You mind?
I open up the
Sets
chair.
one out. This is my favorite. She's a wonderful cook.
A little skin. This is good. Where's that bread?
He actually pulls out like it's wrapped. Like they wrapped it up in paper.
3 pieces, please.
Opens it up. There you are. Just gives it all.
Bread on bread. Best sandwich ever.
Props.
Isadori, I did not introduce myself before. Richard.
Richard? Unfiend. People call me Cricket.
Like the bug.
Like the bug.
I like it. You, Falstad. Yes.
Mm-hmm. So, what do you do?
Oh, even this and that, you know. Okay. Truth be told, I can see this corner we're standing out of my office window. I've seen you here maybe, well, almost a week now. And you don't look too comfortable.
Well, I mean, I'm doing my duty. Spoke when spoken to.
Sure.
Learning to read. So that's
Oh, that is a good skill.
yeah. Mhm.
I did want to tell you. He points over the old city. He's like, I would, because you are stationed here, this place is not the safest. So,
Well, that's why we're here.
oh,
We're here to protect you. We're the good guys.
I appreciate that. Very
Mhm.
much so. Yes.
Yeah.
So how often, here's a question. How often does Cricket flip his coin?
Not so often.
Mhm.
Fairly often. He'll bring it, like, he'll fidget with it more
Yeah.
than flip it,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, that's about the extent of it. When he's nervous,
Mhm.
especially. So,
So sometimes when I work in my office, like I said, I've seen you out here. That coin, is it special to you?
yeah. I mean, it's just a normal coin, but it's from my father. Yeah, he sent it in a letter that well, I'm currently still learning how to read, so I don't know what it says yet, but yeah, I kind of just keep it with me. It's a good it's kept me lucky so far.
Lucky.
Mm-hmm.
So you would say that. What does that mean to you?
Lucky? I guess defying odds. Staying alive is important. Maybe good fortune.
So let's try something. If you find yourself lucky. Now, I saw you out of this window. And I've seen you maybe 3 or 4 days now. Yes?
Yes,
Where are you from?
I'm from Scotland.
I am from Prakstrania. These places are not close together.
No.
But yet, here we are. We are meeting. Yes?
Small ring.
Small ring. But in my life, and in your life, we could have been anywhere. Yes?
Yeah, but not on top because then you fall down.
Yes. Right. So maybe, let's say that you and I, to meet here today, needed 100 lucky things to happen.
Okay.
So let's test that theory. Enjoy your soup. You are here for another few days?
Uh-huh.
Take that coin. I want you to flip that coin. And I want you to land heads 100 times in a row.
Why?
Well, let's say, for us to meet, that coin had to flip 100 times in a row.
Okay. Do you want me to do it now?
Please?
Tails.
Try again.
Tails.
One more time.
Tails.
Do you know?
He's gotten head 0 times though.
Do you know the probability to flip that coin 100 times in a row and get heads every single time?
Well, I mean, I'm fairly good at math, but I don't know. I don't know.
1 in 2 to the 100th power. Or 1 nonillion, 267 octillion, 655 septillion, 600 sextillion, 228 quintillion, 229 quadrillion, 401 trillion, 496 billion, 703 million, 205,376.
Sounds like a lot.
So, let's test the theory. If luck brought us together, you can get that. Then luck. Well, that must run the universe, yes?
Heads.
99 more times.
Heads. 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 I'm doing it! You want me to keep going?
Please.
Okay. Heads. Tails.
Again.
Okay. I don't think it's gonna happen.
You don't think so?
I dropped it. I gotta pick it up.
Tell you what. I will bring you food tomorrow, and you tell me if you get it then.
Alright, deal.
Yes?
Alright.
It is good to meet you on film.
It's good to meet you, Sir
Richard.
Richard. Richard. Got it. I remember that.
Wes won't, but I'll be
Be safe.
I will.
Almighty bless. And he takes his chair and says, keep that one. Take a seat.
Well, what about your jacket?
I'll be back for it at some point.
Okay.
He heads off around the corner. I think that's where we're going to end tonight's session. Unless there's anything you guys
I
want
was
to
just
do.
gonna say, Morvid is being, like, despite the cold, is really, like, focused, really trying to, like, keep her mind busy during these times and focusing on their mission, in particular, Operation Bargains, and really, like, watching people and being very intent on, do they look like an Edivarian? Like, I know that's a general assumption. They look like an Edivarian, or do they sound like one, or is there
Coming from
someone
an Edivarian.
particularly suspicious walking around? Just, like, just using that to, like, really keep her going in the cold.
It's
And I have a little bit of the bread left. I'm going to stow away.
Rockwood.
I mean, I can. If I
No,
end the session, it's
no,
premature. There's
that's
more
fine.
things you guys want to finish. That's totally
There's
fine.
just one thing that I wanted to do.
Absolutely.
Rock was.
I mean, with all this time, Rock is left with so much more than ever. He's been inside of his own brain, which has not happened since he was a young boy. And all he could think about is how embarrassing it was for Morven to say that she wasn't his friend. And he's just like replaying the conversation in his head and doing the thing that you do like after an argument where you're like, I should have said that. Why did I like so stupid? I should have just not said anything at all, actually. And that's just what he does for like a week. Because he's never had time. Because even when he was on bed rest, he was doing other things. So like now he's like his job is to literally just do nothing. So he's just steam's coming out of his ears from all the thinking he's doing. No.
Anyone else?
Yes. Do we have any type of like money?
Money.
Like a little stipend,
You got some
essentially.
pillows.
Yes.
Okay. I think on any of Yannick's patrols, he would have been looking for like a Prakstranian like food vendors of some kind. And
Saw a
like,
cafe, but it was a little worse. for
and
wear.
like started to
Wrong city.
Whoops.
make connections with like the locals, like trying to
Sure.
get to know some people, but then also would have purchased something that's like Prakstranian and like known in the town as like this is our thing
Yeah.
food wise.
Yep.
And wrapped it up and wrote in really bad handwriting from Rock and left it with
Okay, just remember, she knows exactly what my handwriting looks like. But go on.
Somebody give me a real Polish food. I need something really Polish.
Oh, Poland. We're in Poland, guys.
What?
Polishki.
There we go.
Polish.
Get some of those.
It's just cabbage and noodles.
That would be so. Rock would be like, this is delicious.
From my months observing Rock and memorizing his handwriting,
There you go.
I scrawl a little note that says "Thank you."
Give me an alacrity check.
He's
I'm not
like
bad at
helping
that.
me. Why?
Because it's so fun.
Ah.
So you secretly a meddler.
I mean, I did help him in the pit, so.
That is a 7.
So you kind of take the time to make this chicken scratch.
I have a good teacher.
Doesn't
She's
mean
teaching
your
you to
handwriting is
read,
great.
not to write.
Also, yeah, I would probably have the writing of a 6-year-old, so.
And just leave it with, like, in her space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
I don't want to be done. I'm trying to think of something.
Okay, I know. I think that I am staying as strictly on mission as possible, but also trying to be consistent, like, but not too consistent in my routes. Like, consistent enough to where I could, like, maybe plan to do the same exact thing, like, every other day, and then do something different, like, in the in-between day, and then do something totally different the next day so nobody knows my next move. But also trying to ascertain, like, relationships between people in the town. Not interacting with them, but trying to be like, oh, they must be, like, you know, this. Just so that way I kind of get a sense of, like, who's who, and maybe, like, and just, like, trying to overhear conversations discreetly and stuff like that. Just trying to get a sense of where I am and what the culture is like.
And I think, because you all three had said part of that a little bit as what you're doing, so I'm sure, like, during your discussions, you guys can kind of, like, figure out the, what normalcy looks like in this place. And especially the sector that you guys are in, it is not wealthy. So it takes time to discern, like, because some people just don't have a home, right? So they'll just catch your eye and just stare at you as you're sitting on the street, and you know, you're not quite sure sometimes, like, is this the threat? Is this what's going, you know, you have to kind of figure out what's happening. And a lot of these people, like, as you're sort of trying to make connections, because I think you guys are more of the observing way, right? And you're trying to talk with him, essentially. The general feeling of this area, as you've sort of, I mean, you're purchasing things, right? So that always kind of, you know, a vendor's going to take whatever. So those relationships can get kind of established, essentially. But the general attitude is one of everyone is sort of just trying to eke out an existence here. They're forgotten is really where it is. It's, and as someone who would be Ilonian and know the stories of Bartolon versus Zolt, you know that, especially in this area, with the overtaking of Falstadt, these people, it's amazing that they're still alive, for one, because they're a drain on Falstadt. So they're just forgotten.
I think that during whatever time there is nothing to observe. But as I'm just walking, I think I just keep my mind occupied by memorizing things in my brain, information, blueprints that he's shown me, just trying to quiz myself on what I know.
Sure.
Don't think once about my conversation with Rock.
This.
Period. Too focused at the job. Exactly. Focused queens.
Right.
So, there's like periodically over the next few days, Richard comes and says hi, like as he's passing by, checking in on you.
I got up to 16. What's the probability of that?
Oh, we didn't have that one written down.
Different than what I told you before. You, during this conversation, you both look as from the old town, there's a scream. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Oh,
There we
come on.
There we go.
Man.
Richard!
Ricardo!
Thank you so much for joining us for tonight's...
Yeah,
That was great.
we love you.
Wow,
That was funny.
what a time.
Something
What
about
a
T7.
time.
Oh,
Yeah.
and
About
join
T7.
us on Thursday. This Thursday?
Yes,
Is
this
that working for
Thursday.
everyone?
Yep.
For our 7th T7.
T77.
Big things coming on that 7 T7, including why it's funny that he mentioned blank check. Some trivia. I should have said that. Oh, they're gonna watch the episodes again about our previous sessions. So you know, however much you want to brush up on your welcome to the table knowledge.
I told you guys, like, if we do the trivia, you guys are going to know more.
Well, we
than
won't do
me.
us versus you. We'll do a
Okay.
full compo.
All right, cool.
Oh yeah. Every man for himself,
Yeah.
Good. Beautiful.
or woman.
Is this an open note test?
No,
Hmm.
Your
I
notes
prefer
are bad.
closed. Yeah, I
Your
prefer
notes are
closed note. Is what
so
I'm
join
asking.
us on Thursday, 7, right? 7
Yep.
T7. The 7th T7 at 7.
7 T7 at 7.
There are Thursday theories that transcend the table at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time.
Thank
Wow.
you.
Thank you.
Well, y'all have a great week. We'll see you at T7, and we'll be back from 2 weeks from now for episode 9.
Bless
Everyone ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Welcome to the table.
See you next time.
How can it be that as I roam, thy mercy follows me? Ne'er do I walk without thy grace, thy light abundant be. For great a sinner as am I, cannot thy will obey. But thou didst strike thy only Son, and made for me a way. In times of strife, when sorrows meet, and evil wins the day, I gaze upon thy heavenly seat, and darkness rolls away. Where can I go but to thy hand? It shields me in the fight. For all the days I walk this land, thou art my song at night. And when this heart shall beat its last, no more this air to breathe, thy call will